What's up, guys? How's it going? Today we're going to be talking about Hex Blood Flavor. I said flavor. Hex Blood Favor. So we're going to start getting into the hexes now. So there's going to be a lot of hexes that I'm going to end up talking about that aren't very good, and one that is very, 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 very broken. This is not that one. Hex Blood Favor. A hex that gains the entity's favor when blood is spilled. Injuring a survivor will call upon the entity to block pallets from being pulled down within 32-meter radius of the survivor's location for 15 seconds. The hex effect persists as long as the related hex totem is standing. Is this perk good? Yes, this perk is actually really good. It kind of warrants being a hex totem, because blocking all the pallet locations, especially on maps that just are their loops are mainly pallets and not windows, it ends up forcing the pallet to be dropped early, forcing a break on it. Because if you get a hit on them on a god loop and you block that pallet, they ain't dropping it. They're going down at a god loop if they can't get that pallet down. So it ends up like going to a jungle gym. Oh shit, I can't get hit. I gotta drop the pallet. And it doesn't waste as much time as being able to loop a couple times. You're not allowed to save the pallet if you don't want to get hit. And it makes it kind of, you have to leave the area and try and find a new pallet, because it's 32 meters, which is actually a pretty good range of blocking pallets. They can get out of that 32 meter range pretty quickly after you've hit them and get to another area, but it makes it so that it's, because a lot of the RNG spawns for loops can be really, really, really stupid. You can have a bunch of god loops, one right after another, like especially on farm maps. I've had god loop. It's the tractor with the hay bales and the pallet, where you literally just infinitely run around it. And the killer will never be able to get you, even with bloodlust. Into the killer shack, into another one of those, into the cow tree, into another one of those. This ends up blocking almost all those pallets if you hit them. You gotta hit them though. Do I suggest getting the perk? Honestly, no. Yes, this perk is really good, but it falls under the weakness that every single hex has. Once it's broken, you don't have a perk. So, as we can tell by looking at the survivor's boon totems, being able to infinitely put down your boon totem is broken beyond all belief. The devs don't think so. So, what we need to do is make it so that we can infinitely reset the totem. A survivor either cleanses or boons a hex totem, we should be able to either revive the hex totem as this totem again, or able to relight our hex totems over the survivor's boon totems, or putting it on another open totem. We don't get to see where the totems are unless they're lit, so we gotta find the totem spawns as well, just like survivors. And a killer looking for a totem spawn is more detrimental than survivors looking for a totem, because killers can't waste as much time as survivors are allowed to waste. Because if a killer wastes time, they're going to lose. A survivor wastes time, they just waste a little bit of time and they can still win. This perk, though, this is a blight perk. The blight is the second strongest killer in the game. I do suggest getting the killer. Getting the killer will give you Hex Blood Favor. I don't suggest getting the perk, but I do suggest getting the killer. This perk isn't worth running. because it still falls under the weakness of Hex Totems. I don't think there should be any change to Blood Flavor itself, just the mechanic of Hex Totems. Hex Totems need to be changed more towards boons, or boons need to be changed towards hexes. Because we lose our totem, it's gone. You bless our totem, it's gone. You break our totem, it's gone. We lose a perk, unlike you guys, unlike survivors, who just have that perk and can infinitely place it for free. It's retarded. So, again, no changes. I don't think Blood Favor needs to be changed, just the mechanic of Hex Totems. If you disagree, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.